Good afternoon, everybody. I'm gonna try to make this brief. I don't know if I can though. I'm laughing because it's pathetic. It is really pathetic how people are reaching. Now, I'm not talking about the everyday person who comes on here and most of my base, my viewer base. But I have a friend, a YouTube friend, and she's a trooper. I have to say she's a trooper because she will sit through and listen to the garbage and junk the Hateful Four will put out on their channels. I try to watch because last time she informed me that they did 7 hours worth of just nonsensical bullshit videos about me and Jerry. And I have to laugh. I couldn't make through one of them, let alone the 3 that were out there that equaled pretty close to 7 hours. Because I was like, they did 7 hours? Did they do 7 hours straight? No, it was 3 different channels, broken up into several different segments. And like I said, I tried to sit through one. I couldn't make it through the first 30 minutes just because of combination of me going, what kind of bullshit is this? And just laughing because they wanted to take a snippet, like not even a 60-minute snippet. It was it was like 10 to 15 seconds. And they wanted to repeat it and distort Jerry Ann's voice and my voice. They just wanted you to see that little snippet of me grabbing my dog's tail so she would not walk all over Jerry and cause her more pain. So I was kind of like, you don't even understand why I did it, let alone what's going on. And then they want to call it, animal abuse. Animal abuse. Yeah, I've seen animal abuse. I've watched a variety of shows when I lived in Arizona about the Maricopa County Police, busting up chicken fighting rings, taking horses that look like walking skeletons, dogs that look like they were covered in muck and mire and beaten. So I know what abuse is of an animal. What I did was try to keep my dog from walking all over my wife, so my wife wouldn't be screaming out in pain. And I was like, this is ridiculous. They're not understanding the situation and taking a little snippet and calling it abuse. Now, anybody who's ever seen me, Jerry, and Oreo know I don't abuse this dog. Yeah, this dog worms her way in between the two of us during the videos. She wants to be in between the two of us when we hug or kiss. And I don't smack the dog. I smacked that dog on that Sunday video. I don't know if they captured that as well, because she was trying to bite. And that's a no-no. And Oreo is so thick-headed that it is virtually impossible to train her. Virtually impossible. Now, I don't really always have patience for Oreo, but I love my dog. I will not do what I seen on the videos back in the late 80s, early 90s of the Maricopa County Police Department and Animal Humane Rescue Services take these truly abused animals away from their owners. I mean, there was one segment that just about made me throw up, where they were going in to talk to the owner of a couple dogs that were chained up outside their house. And they finally got the court order to rescue these dogs. And one of these dogs, the chain was so embedded in its neck that they had to literally surgically surgically remove the chain from this dog. No, thank you. No, no. That's abuse right there. You know, and my uncle, our second cousin, not really my uncle, but my second cousin, had a pair of dogs that were chained up outside. And one of these dogs, granted he was a little overly aggressive and whatnot, had a chain around his neck, and it looked like it was starting to get embedded in his neck. And I told my uncle, you need to go out there and you need to remove that chain and put a proper collar on there, because I can't stand people who will do that to their dogs. You know, yes, I clown around and I tell Oreo that if she doesn't behave, that I'm just going to lock her up outside for nature and all the other critters to harass her. And she's a lovely dog. She's a very affectionate dog. Yeah, she can be a little ornery at times and whatnot, but she's still a puppy. I mean, she's on the verge of getting into her terrible twos. In doggy years. She's like almost a year old human years. So it's like every year of a human's life is like 10 months to a dog's life. So, yeah, I think that's right. Is it every 10 months or is it I can't remember. But she's at that age where she's still rambunctious and still trying to push her limits and our limits and the whole 9 yards. And every so often you have to do something to discipline her. But she's got a good bark, but she got no bite. She's a chicken. She's a scaredy cat. The only time she'll act tough and whatnot is when I am around. So she's a funny dog, and I'm not big into letting dogs lick my face, but she loves to kiss. She loves to, Jerry loves to get her to kiss her, and I'm like, I'll only accept it, on occasion. And then of course I'll go clean my face up. Of course, with this beard, she likes to lick and groom my beard, because every so often there's a crumb or something in there that she wants to get to. But and there are times where I look at Oreo, and then I look at the crap online, and I go, I'd rather get rid of all my digital equipment and live with animals out in the wilderness than deal with this bullshit. But it makes me laugh that these women, and I know most of them are women, want to try to find any little snippet to create lies and chaos and it's just like, yeah, these women have channels solely for the purpose of tearing me and my wife down, for picking at every little, just like nitpicking. And I'm like, this is a shame that these women are wasting most of their time watching our videos to create falsehoods or to make us look like the bad guy, when I'm sorry. I have nothing on their lives, because I don't care what's going on in their lives, or lives, even their lives. Because it don't bug me. One, two, it's just to me it's who said it best? Robin Williams, I think. Robin Williams, I do believe, said at one point in time that the fastest way to make somebody famous, let alone infamous, is gossip about them. to create lies and falsehoods. So, if anything, I should be thanking them for their, attempts of goading me into a negative downspin, because I got too much important things to worry about than listening to their, whatever they put out there. I mean, personally, I have a feeling if I were to go watch their stupidity, I would either fall backwards out of my chair laughing my ass off because of their stupidity, or get so sick because of their stupidity that couldn't last more than 5 to 10 minutes watching their garbage. And the thing is all right, there's a lot of people out there on YouTube that literally get up the courage to put their lives out there. If it's just talking about life and whatever they go through in general, or if they're crafters or gamers that can put up information about the games, that kind of stuff. Kudos to those people, because they have the gall, or not the gall, excuse me, that's the wrong word, the gumption, the courage to put themselves out there on social media for the vultures, like these 4 women, to pick at. And I used to be the kind of person that would get upset if somebody would pick at my family or anything like that. That's why I don't watch it no more, because I don't need that kind of negativity in my life. I got more important things to do. But the thing is, these particular women must have nothing good in their lives to sit there and watch other people's videos to create what they want to call reactionary videos about somebody else's life. Do the world a favor. Get yourselves your own damn lives and put your own self. Get the gall, get the balls to put yourself out there and quit picking at other people's lives just because you are so miserable with your life that you have nothing better to do but try to bring misery to other people. Bible says those who sin are doing wrong. Are not those who gossip, those who gossip are sinning. I know there's a lot of things I've done wrong in my life, and I ask every day for forgiveness, and I feel like I'm forgived. But the thing is I learned from that mistake, and I stopped doing that particular thing. I try to change myself on a daily basis to a positive person. Yeah, there are days I wake up like this morning where I just feel like, oh my God, can I go back to sleep? Can people just can I have a room for myself that is soundproof, that I don't hear anything outside of the room, so I can take a nap or I can sleep the night or whatever. But no, I can't do that. I don't have that kind of money. Then there's the weather. It's like, oh man, when is it gonna warm again? When is the gray sky gonna go away? Because my thing is, if it's gonna be gray and cold and miserable, there better be a bunch of white stuff on the ground. And I don't mean that artificial stuff that comes from Colombia. I mean the stuff that comes from the sky. Which the reason why I said that is I caught a clip about a movie called Cocaine Bear, and they showed this clip, and I was like, oh my God, this is funny. I might have to go watch it just for the the screwiness. But that's just but still, I woke up, didn't have very much sleep. I'm tired. I'm ready to. I don't have the energy to do a lot of stuff in my house, and there's not a lot of stuff to do right now that I can do. I mean, yeah, I can go empty the dishwasher and put what little dishes are in the sink in there. I can go in the bedroom and I don't know, try to clean up in there somehow. There's a few little things here and there in this room that I can deal with, but I just don't have the energy. I am too tired. I mean, not that I'm complaining about my wife, but my wife, she has this headband that plays music. The thing is, she puts in earplugs you know, inside the mask. She'll have earplugs on, and then she'll play whatever she want. She'll fall asleep to YouTube shorts or something or whatever. I was woken up 3 times last night. I had a hard enough time trying to get to sleep because my mind was full of stuff. But I was woken up once because of the music, and I had to put in my earbuds and turn on my music and turn on the noise canceling so I didn't hear noise. And then the earbuds themselves, or the music themselves, my playlist ended and it just started playing recommended music, which 9 times out of 10 recommended music is like, it might be the same genre that I'm listening to, but it's not something I want to listen to. Then another time she basically, I don't know what she did, but she knocked over her water cup. So I had to get up, clean that up, go fill it back up with water, and then, I don't know, must have been like 4:30, somewhere around that time, dog starts stirring. Now, she's not making a lot of noise. She's just, shuffling around and trying to, sound like she was trying to get comfortable. But I have a feeling what the problem was is the dog heard the music from Jerry Ann, plus the music from the Bluetooth speaker that, it's supposed to be calming piano music for puppies. Ridiculous, as far as I'm concerned. Dogs fall asleep when dogs want to fall asleep. That's a totally different story about the dog and how she's being pampered. But nevertheless, I had a rough night. And it got rougher as the daylight starts coming through the curtains, because we don't have blackout curtains. We just have, they're heavy duty white curtains, but they still let the sunlight in. So of course, as soon as that happens and whatnot, the dog basically starts making noise, and her low growls and whimpers and scratching at the crib. It's actually a kennel cage, but Jerry calls it the crib. Which I'm like, this morning I was just kind of like, I gotta be left alone. Just leave me alone for the morning. So I feel in the afternoon. I feel I'm not gonna feel. I have a feeling I'm gonna have to take a nap. But I just, between all the garbage going on with the internet, and then, having to deal with, one thing or another, and one person sent me on YouTube, I reported you for dog abuse. And I'm like, yeah, okay. We have been reported for so many different things, between Jerry getting abused, my mom getting abused, now the dog, nobody's visited us yet, but now the accusation of being a dog abuser. I am 99.9999% sure that any complaints that come in about us kind of gets like, oh yeah, it's just another hater. Last time we had somebody come out here to check up on, actually, my mom for abuse. Mom and the lady went into mom's room and had a nice long chat, and I wasn't here when it was done and over with, but when I got home, Jerry told me mom came out of the whole conversation crying, because these people in the long run are actually hurting us, not helping us. And I got mad. And I'm pretty sure I put a rant out, or I did something else to get over it, because it's like just stupidity. Stupidity. And I'm like, who is so low or so miserable that they have to do these things to create more misery. I mean, like, how low is this person or persons for calling a false alarm? What? I mean, it's like, unfortunately, because it's an anonymous tip, there's not much I can do about it. You know, all I can do is sit down and talk to these people when they want to talk to me and go, hey, look, you know, me and my wife do YouTube. These people are obviously not happy with us for one reason or another and want to cause more trouble by sending your people out on a wild goose chase. You know, it's pathetic. It's really pathetic. And now that I look back at it, I kind of laugh because it's like, what these people are doing is they're causing the abuse line to recognize the web address or IP address of these people who are calling in these fake, you know, these bogus wild goose chase, you know, accusations. And the hotline or the web address or whatnot is getting like pinged every time a complaint comes in. They don't come out here to check. You basically cause, you know, a valuable group of people who do well checks on other people to make sure that they're okay. What happens if, let's say, they get another ping of a complaint of abuse, but they decide not to go check it because they've gotten so many false accusations? But let's say something happens. Something happens that causes, you know, harm to one of the members of this house from an outside source. Somebody outside of this house starts to abuse somebody in this house. And an actual need to be checked call goes through, but the agency decides to ignore it because we've been, you know, any complaints about us has been red flagged. That's on them. Not me, not Jerry, not Mom. It's on the idiots who are making these false accusations. Now, I am pretty sure there is a ruling that if there is any accusation of abuse of any form, that the officials have to come out and check it just to clarify and make sure that it's that it's happening or not happening. But the thing is, there are people out there that will do anything to harm another person just because of their displeasure of that person. Yeah, me and Jerry have heard it all. Jerry's heard, oh, she's fat, she's overweight, she's lazy, da 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 da. You know, it's still hurtful emotionally, but so what? We're living our lives, we're happy, we're not like doing anything wrong, you know. I did not watch any videos from the groups that don't like us, but I am pretty sure because our last live we had a viewer donate a good sum of money, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, you know, I am pretty sure somebody out there is like, oh, it's a scam. Somebody's helping them, you know. Blah, 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 blah. No, we didn't ask for it. We don't ask for anything. All we ask for is something that everybody should be giving to everybody freely. And that's just love and understanding. That's it. We don't want your money. You decide to give us money, that's your choice. That's your call. I was surprised. Jerry was surprised. Mom was surprised. But the thing is, it was a donation out of love. That's it. You know, and that donation really helped us out. You know. But I am. I am 90% sure somebody's gonna make a, oh, they scammed somebody out of money, blah, 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 blah. No. Because, I mean, I've learned, and I don't use it because I'm not that kind of person, but I've learned through other sources that there are ways to scam people out of money online, on multimedia, you know. But why do I need to do that? Why would anybody want to do that? Because they don't want to get up and work? Do you realize that if my back wasn't the way it was and things didn't go the way they went at Walmart, I'd still be working. I might not be work. I might be, working a part-time job where I'm only working like 4 to 6 hours a day, 4 days out of the week, or 3 days out of the week, depending on what I can get by with. I have an application for one of my local gas stations just up the road. I have an interview with him on Thursday. Now, I'm doing this for 2 reasons. One, I see a need for the money. I see a need for the income. The other reason is just so I can get out of this house for a couple hours a day. 4 or 6 hours a day, 3 to 4 days out of the week. And, they said they were looking for evening people. I'm just hoping that Mom and Jerry, we can get somebody to help them out during those times. Might not be the whole night or the whole 6 hours or whatever, but as at least somebody to come in here and make sure they've eaten and gotten stuff done. Otherwise, I don't know. I might say something to the interviewing manager that makes them go, don't know if I'm reliable enough because my family is my priority. Which is what I told Walmart, yet they basically fired me for taking too many days off to take care of my family. And they want to say that I didn't do it right. Yeah, I did. I did it through the system like they told me to, and then they're like last minute going, oh no, you're supposed to call it and do it through the system. I ain't going to do it both ways. You either have a system that people can call out because of the fact that they have to call out, or But anyhow, their way of instructing people was like, I don't think a 5-year-old could figure out what they're talking about. But, life keeps going on no matter what. Naysayers can say all they want. We're still going to do what we want to do or feel that is our right to do. My biggest thing is, we have the right, the God-given right to live our lives. We don't have the right to judge other people. We don't have the right to nitpick about other people. We don't have the right to gossip about other people. If you got a problem with another person, you just, walk away from the situation. You ignore the situation. You don't come back to it. It's just like, I don't go back to, the website that was a bunch of, haters. I don't go back watching Diane or Jacqueline or Pam or I forgot who the fourth one is. I don't go back there to watch their shit. I mean, yeah, once in a blue moon, my curiosity peaks and I go in there and I hear the first freaking paragraph out of certain people's mouths and I'm just like, done. So I hold on a second, folks. My big finger in the way. This time, especially this time of year. This time of year is, it's Christmas. It's the holiday season. We're supposed to be giving good cheer. We're supposed to be in good cheer. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are suffering from one thing or another. I mean, I suffer from stuff. Jerry suffers from stuff. Mom suffers from stuff. There's plenty of people out there who are suffering in one way, shape, or form, whether it's physically, mentally, financially, even spiritually. It is the time of year where we have to focus on trying to be cheerful. And those who are full of good cheer should be focused on spreading that good cheer, no matter what happens. I mean, sometimes for some people it's just a friendly smile from a stranger to acknowledge, hey, bud, I know you're hurting in one way or another, but look at the bright side. You're still alive. You're still able to move about. You have loved ones waiting for you at home. You might not think that they're going to respond properly, but they're there for you in the end. And if they're not, screw them. You've always got people around you. Churches, they get filled up a lot during this time of year from people looking for the brighter side of things. Sorry, unfortunately, not all churches preach the brighter side of things. But come on. It does not matter. This time of year, it does not matter what religion you follow. Here in Rolla, I've got Catholics, Christians, Baptists. I've got just about every Christian religion in this town. We also have Jewish people. We also have, Muslims, pagans, heathens in one form or another. If you look at their history, if you look at their background, all of them in one way, shape, or form are connected to this holiday. The pagans have the Yule log. Christians have the birth of Christ. Muslims have another holiday. I can't remember what it's called. The Jews also have their Hanukkah. We all have connection one way or another to this holiday, this season. It might be different names or customs or methodologies, but we're all connected. One way, shape, or form, we are connected. Why do we have to spread negativity? Why do we have to nitpick about other people's videos? I'm pretty sure this video is going to get nitpicked, and I don't care. I really don't care. But I can tell you this much. Whether they nitpick about it or not, they're sinning. And this is a great time of year to ask for forgiveness. I know a lot of people don't believe in asking other people for forgiveness, but you know what? I'm going to start the chain. Yeah. Be done in a moment. I know what time it is. It's almost time to take you home.
Jerry Ann tried to call you?
Yeah.
Were you on your...
I'm vlogging. That's all right. I'm gonna start the chain. Whether people want to follow it or not, it's fine and dandy. But I'm going to ask those that I've done wrong in one way, shape, or form for forgiveness. Why? Because I think it's best to ask for forgiveness than permission. Because sometimes the forgiveness is more important than the deed that was done. Whether it was a physical deed, whether it was a verbal deed, whether it was a mental deed, it doesn't matter what the deed was. It's the fact that we're asking each other for forgiveness. I would love the whole situation to end and be settled in the Middle East by asking for just dropping our arms and asking each other for forgiveness for the war, the misunderstanding, the hatred, the whole whose land it is, this holy war that's been going on and off for centuries. It's healthier to end the situation with a forgiveness and just drop the whole situation. Why can't we live in harmony? I mean, the Israelites and the oh God, I don't know if it's Iran or Iraq or what group it is, but just stop the nonsense. We were meant to live in harmony. I know a lot of people don't see it, but yeah, that's what we're supposed to do. So forgive me for anything I've done wrong. You know, I'm not going to ask you to tell me what it was I've done wrong. Just forgive me for it. That's all you have to do is forgive. You know, I might not like what's going on with these 4 women, but I forgive them. I forgive them just because. You know, yeah, they've been saying a lot of nasty stuff and taking videos and segments and whatnot and twisting it to their desired form of whatever. But I don't have to dwell on it. All I have to do is tell them that I forgive them. And they can either stop and forgive me for whatever and just move on. Deal with our own lives. I mean, I've got enough on my plate to deal with. I don't need to be dealing with other people. So, on that note, I'm going to end this because I have to take Cece home, do some errands, and who knows what else. So I'll see you guys on a different video, on the flip side, as some of us will say. So until then, have a good day. Bye.